All right. Just getting things set up here. All about ready to go. And we'll be on our way. It also gives people some time to get in here. So, I'm here. Here I am. We're going to get going. If you have any questions as we're going, throw them in the chat while we're live, or throw them in the comments section. We'll try to keep up with them as we go. I'm just going to give this a couple more seconds to kind of wind up. I threw this out there, notifications out there on Facebook and everything like that. So I don't know how quickly people are going to show up to this. I don't know how many people are interested in this because this isn't directly involving HeroClix. So, but it is an update on the channel that we're going for, and it deserves to happen because we've been a little bit off the radar, as it were, during the whole crisis, and we're going to try to change that. So that's what we're leading into on this one. I'm trying to log into something very briefly here. Come on now. There we go. Do that and that. Bingo, bango. All right. Just about ready? Okay. Let's get this show on the road. We're live with a quick channel update for the Married with Clicks channel. Lately, and just to kind of be 100% transparent there, the whole crisis had us a little off of guard. We're still, to a certain degree, adapting to certain things. But, one of the things that we shouldn't have to worry about right now is a whole lot of our, scheduling. We've kind of played catch up with a lot of our self-entertainment to keep ourselves distracted, and it's now time to actually start focusing again on this wonderful YouTube channel that we have. So going forward, a couple things we're going to focus on. One thing that is infallible on this channel and has not stopped yet, that's going to be the Metal Lab. Every Monday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to continue. We're going to continue on with that. But the guys on the Metal Lab are also going to throw a little bit of help out there. Our goal right now is to make sure we get at minimum 2 streams or videos per week. And we've been failing at that a lot lately. And we're going to change that. So it's going to be the Metal Lab and something else every week. And what we do want to do is go back to our channel roots. And our channel roots were in games. When we started this channel, it was about playing HeroClix. And somewhere along the lines, we turned into talking about HeroClix, just talking a lot. And, I feel like it's time to get back to playing the game. So, Metal Lab's not going to go anywhere. We're still going to probably have the occasional talking head here or there, but we do want to try to focus on playing HeroClix on this channel again. So, with that said, we are creating a new opportunity for patrons. If you do want to become a Patreon, at a $15 level, you can submit your team, and every month we put all the available teams into a pool, and myself, Tom, Mike, and Jay will be picking from that pool, be it random or whatever we like most, and playing them. Until we can get together on a regular basis, we will be playing them on Roll20. We're going to try our best to make that as visually appealing as we possibly can. And, that will include, I don't know if anybody has seen the shared posts around the HeroClix Facebook communities, but Devin Owens, a friend of our channel, has created this neat little character sheet, which, in the realm of Roll20, it's a character sheet because Roll20 is based around role-playing games, but we kind of he threw something together in that vein that is more focused on letting us, show full-blown stats on characters and stat lines and everything like that. So I think that's going to be hopefully a useful tool for showing people what's going on in the screen a little bit better than it does right now. I still have yet to look into Tabletop Simulator, but there is a financial thing on that one, and I don't know what kind of computers are the other guys on the Metal Lab are running. I know it probably needs like a potato with an added toaster to run, but I gotta be sure of these things, so I haven't had a chance to test it yet. But ultimately, games are gonna be our focus. Myself and Amber, at minimum, we're going to try to get one game in per month. In fact, we are going to try to have a game out on the channel by next Wednesday. That's for everybody. We are, this is of course all being highlighted by some changes we're making to our Patreon program, which does change a number of things on the channel. For those of you who may have partaken of or watched our patron hangouts, we are no longer going to be running those. They're fun, but I think they've kind of gone the distance that they can do. They can go. In fact, a lot of things about our Discord are changing that would require in any way, shape, or form some degree of scheduling on the part of the patrons themselves. I found that a lot of what we were doing was turning to our patrons saying, hey, we need you here at this time. I shouldn't need to be expecting that of our patrons. And I feel like that's kind of trying on people's schedules. And, it's trying on us too. We're trying our best to schedule it around, pro wrestling events, and then things get messed up, and then travel happens. And overall, it's just, it's a strain on everybody that I don't think we really need to be creating. So as a result, we're going to do away with the patron hangout. But what that means is members of our Patreon, at the bare minimum $1 rate, you still get access to Discord, but you'll also now get early access to any of our edited videos. And there will be more edited videos because we're going to be playing some games. Our Roll20 games, I'm going to do my best to avoid live streaming them, just because when mistakes are made, it's better to roll back on that and just kind of re-edit it and redo things and stuff like that. I find that helps better when we edit it. I might try to streamline the viewing process. If there's long pauses, try to cut those down a bit. I don't give my skills too much credit right out of the gates. I haven't gotten there yet, but we're going to do our best to make that process entertaining. We're going to continue showing powers as well. That's another thing I kind of want to bring into the whole thing, is make sure that powers are being displayed as they're being used, like we do with our older edited content. You're going to see that, and that's what I do also want to bring to Roll20, because people do learn how to play HeroClix on this channel sometimes, and the Roll20 might not be the best visually pleasing, but while we're explaining the game and verbally discussing and pointing at things and drawing lines on that, we will be able to show powers being used and their rules and stuff like that. So hopefully with that going forward, we have that sort of thing helping everybody. So, while the $1 patrons lose the patron hangout, they still have the Discord, and they will now gain early access to our edited content. So that's the first kind of big change that overarching on the Patreon. I do have to say, the next level is the most abused and tormented patron level I've ever had the displeasure of attempting to please people with, and it is our $5 level. I have tried so many different things, and because I'm doing away with the whole scheduling debacle that we've had, I apologize. My lips might be a little out of sync. Let me fix that. Bam and bam. That should fix that. So, oh man, you know what? It's so much harder to actually look at your own Patreon when you're logged in as as the actual creator. It's there we go. Let's see if we can do that. If that works. Anyway, so the $5 patrons, once again, I'm changing what we're doing for you guys. I'm sorry. We'll figure this out eventually. There it is. It's the page. The page. I am absolutely the worst about this whole, this lip syncing thing drives me nuts sometimes. Alright, that's so good. Okay. View page. There it is. That's what I was looking for. The view page. No, that's posts. Edit page. Here we go. Let's try that. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, what we're going to do is we are actually going to film some additional content for our patrons. And sorry about this video nonsense. I'm going to attempt to fix this actually right now with a little bit of a hacky fix, as it were. We do that. We go to that. Apologies for this debacle. Go to that. That will exit that. This is the most hacky thing I have to do. There we go. All right, beautiful. And we're going to move that here, so you guys don't have to look at that. No, that's uglier. Either way, you're gonna have to deal with that, I think. Whatever. Not important. What's important here is that I am attempting to convey information. Sorry about that. All right. So, tiers. Here they are. So, as I said, the $1 tier, we're going to move from the patron hangout as the bare minimum level, and go up to early access to edited content. The $5 tier now changes once again. We tried doing a game thing, and once again, the idea of trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to schedule people. It's not easy, and I don't want to force people on that anymore. What we're going to do now is we're going to actually make some content that's very similar to some of our early content. Not with video quality, but more in line with how we used to be less advertiser friendly, we'll call it now. But this will be exclusively for the patrons. And we will only release this to the $5 and up patrons, and that's going to be it. You know, here it is. Here's your video. Watch it at your leisure. Here's a link to it. It'll be an unlisted video. Yeah, and you do with it as you need. $10 a month stays the same. I think that's been the most consistent one because you get everything below it and whatnot. But we're adding a new tier. It's the $15 tier. As I said, myself, Jay, Tom, and Mike will be choosing teams from a pool, and that pool comes from our $15 a month patrons who build 300-point modern teams for us. Obviously, at first, it's going to start a little slow. And then as we get more patrons, we'll be able to do more, perform more games. Ultimately, our goal, and we have changed our goals on the channel. Originally, we were going to try to run some kind of tournament league. Again, scheduling, I don't want to try to do that. We will just increase the number of videos as we get more and more support for our patrons. So right now, our goal, 2 videos per week, plus 1 special patron video per month. And then if we do hit, I think our next goal is like $200 a month for patrons, then we're going to pop another video on per week. And we'll see where that goes. And, that could be... We're going to try for more games. I mean, ultimately, I think what we're going to try to keep this show to is MetaLab and games. And then the MetaLab will be just a conglomeration of any kind of content that we can try to convey, be it rules information, be it team building information, whatever we want to do. We're just, lately we've been kind of sticking to, hey, what's new in the game? We're going to try to move it to what can we talk about in the game. And specifically, Swift Mike here has a question in the chat, and I'm going to address these as we come across them. Do you see myself making budget team guides for new players? Example, put yourself in a new player's shoes with $20 to $60 to make a team. Those are hard, and I will do it the best I can. But what I do try to avoid is say, here's a team, here's how to do it, or here's the team and here's how to play it. That I feel that doesn't convey properly to HeroClix, just because, unlike I find while Magic the Gathering has a certain degree of stylistic play, they're still in their more in their modern era sort of vision. They have a little bit more hard set rules, and it's easier to explain in that way. It's also easier to say this works this way. And whereas HeroClix is this might work. You might have a bad day with dice. And here's why dice are going to be a problem for this team, because you lack probability control in some cases. I mean, I will do my best to try to come up with budget guides for HeroClix. I've tried it on several occasions, but it's like I said, I'll put it on the table. I won't take it off the table. Maybe we'll do it as some content on the Meta Lab, because the like I said, we're gonna move a lot of the talking head content to just Meta Lab content. I find we've been stumbling a lot on that one as well, and it's time for us to start thinking and planning ahead a little bit better. So, next week I know our goal is to come up with a post rotation guide. Perhaps we'll kind of go, okay, here's post rotation guide, and then the next week we'll say, now here we talked about post rotation last week, but now let's imagine you with a budget. Because honestly, when we initially talked about the post rotation guide, an example that's probably going to make people clinch in the butt is the fact that we're going to have to talk about stacks and stacks of chases on the sidelines. That's just going to be a thing. Hi, Emily. And I understand that it gets a little shocking for more budget-minded players. So, like I said, we'll do our best to try to appeal to as many people as we possibly can. Just note that certain things we also try to avoid. And we will, what we will do as an example of things, when we are talking about the grander state of the HeroClix metagame, as it were, we'll talk about what teams are the easiest to build financially all the time. And we'll try to make sure that's clear. A good example of that would be my future is playing Dr. Doom until the next Fantastic Four full set comes out, because I'm playing a 300-point Dr. Doom, and that's going to cost me a starter set. Well, I got the starter set already. We saw the unboxing, but that would be the cost of it. Is buy that starter set. You have not only the map that you want to use with that character, but that character. Then from there you can build and go. That's going to be the kind of thing that you can consider as well. So going forward, we will try to appeal all of this yappy content, shove it into the Meta Lab. And then out here, outside of the Meta Lab, that's where we're going to try to entertain you guys again with the game of HeroClix, and by playing it, which is what everybody started on this channel on. So we're gonna go back to the roots, as it were, while helping, or while giving perks to those who support us. As I said, I threw in the updates to Patreon on there, so hopefully people are excited for that. And if you can't support us on that, no, it's cool. Just make sure ad blocks off. That's all we ask. Those micro cents go a long way. Subscribe, hit that notification button. All the things that all the other YouTube channels remember to tell you about, and I keep forgetting to tell you guys about, because apparently we're supposed to tell you about that so that it happens. I've seen our subscribers just stop. They've stopped going up, so we're gonna try to get those, get the appeal back on everything there. All right, let's see if anything else has come up. It doesn't look like much has come up, but if you guys in the chat have any questions about the future of the channel, now is the time to ask, because, like I said, we have some really we're gonna have a little bit more of a focused product or focused video setup for you guys in the future. We're going to do better, as it were, and we're going to reward better for those who support us. I think is ultimately the goal that I wanted to get out here today. And of course, Jay, Tom, Mike have been extra awesome about helping to open up the idea center on that one. Sorry, and in the chat, Happy Little HeroClix has reminded me that I'm requiring to tell you to smash the subscribe button, not just click it, smash it. Smash it like the Hulk in a game of HeroClix, with his incredibly high attack and hopefully your reasonable dice rolls. What else do we have planned? Another thing that we are going to do when traveling is allowed is I have been attempting to at times just put together travel vlogs, not the move and attack shows. Those were fun. But I want something more akin to an actual travel vlog where we talk about, we spend our time in and around the game. I get some candid shots of people who might be in some more intense games from a distance, or catch us while we're snacking, drinking, whatever. I think we're going to try something like that when we're allowed to again, because that's the other thing is like a lot of my great ideas I had kind of got the world, as it were. This all happened. 2020 happened, and it hasn't been friendly to a lot of my plans for the channel, which is why everything just got turned into the Metal Lab. So, piece of ice snuck in there. I don't want to crunch that on the microphone, but if you guys have obviously in the chat, it looks like you guys kind of understand what's coming up ahead. But if you have any questions about anything regarding the channel, email us, marrywithclicks@gmail.com, or throw it in the comments section. We do try to stay on top of our comment section as best we can. I know a lot of older videos have been getting some comments and questions that sometimes, if you're watching a really, really old game and you have a question about the rules there, so it's that's a thing. All right. So that said, thank you guys for being on the channel. Thank you for watching. We'll stay on top of those comments, those questions that you have. If you have anything to email us about, go to the Facebook channel as well. Message us on Facebook. We try to, if you have actual questions like directed about the channel, we try to answer those. Malcolm Rush, we love you, and we have been looking at you collect your questions. We might just have a not move and attack episode or something someday. We'll see, but yeah, that's it for today. Just a quick update. So going forward, expect some more content, especially starting next week, and we will make things better on Married with Clicks. Just bear with us, and we'll have it all for you very soon. Have a good night, everybody.